Mike and Trina, really nice couple. This is the story of the teacher, remember, that we heard? A couple of kids threw eggs in the window and he ran out the door, they took off, and the van actually hit him. Put him in a wheelchair, now he's just learning to walk all over again. A lot of nerve damage.
He can walk?
He can walk now, but he's more shuffled.
With your back being fused and stuff like that, you're never gonna get to be the person I was before.
But we're going to make it easy for him to get around his house, right from the front, all the way through the side to the very back.
I definitely think this will speed up my rehabilitation, just being outside, functioning normally. That's the kind of thing that helps you get better.
You must be Trina.
Nice to meet you.
Mike,
so
nice to meet you. Where's Mikey?
Welcome. He's upstairs at the couch. It's a little hard for him to come downstairs. We got married 2 years ago, so we met just over 3 years ago.
Yeah.
3.5 years. It was a bit of a whirlwind. We met in March, and we got engaged in September. When I introduced him to my parents, it actually was on Easter at my aunt and uncle's with all of my cousins there, and he had the entire table on the floor laughing. And I just thought, you know, this is someone I could spend the rest of my life with.
This time, you know, normally I get up and we walk around and talk, but this time I think we'll sit down and yak for a moment.
Well, we can walk, but I'm just a little bit slower than I used to be.
Well, as long as you can shuffle. Can you shuffle?
Like a 92-year-old.
Like a 92-year-old?
I'm good there.
We're both teachers, and we chose the house
Because it's in the middle.
because it's in the middle. It's 30 minutes for me to go to school in Brampton. It's 25 minutes for him to get to school in Scarborough.
Yeah. And you hardly ever hear anything in this neighborhood except for that night.
I'm curious when this happened.
Just under 6 months ago. March 14th, I was playing my video games. It was March break. I was up, it was just before 1 o'clock, and an egg hit my window. And I told Trina, I ran outside, and I saw the minivan driving away, and as they were driving away down the street, I stepped out off the curb, and they saw me, and they accelerated. And at first, I was like, there's no way this is gonna happen. So as I stepped off, they came across the road, speeding up. I tried to get out of the way, but they kind of mounted the curb, and I got hit on the left side of my body. And when I went to get up, I couldn't get up, and I saw Trina screaming, running after the minivan, and I yelled at her.
You didn't see it, did you, Trina?
I did. I was outside of the front of the house, so I saw the whole thing. I screamed his name, and then he fell. And then I just remember the minivan driving away and seeing the back of the minivan, and I ran after it. I thought, you know, I have to get their license plate number. People never get the license plate number. This is what I need to do. And I thought, Mike's fine. Of course he's fine. He's this big athletic guy. And I ran after them, and then that's when Mike called me and told me that he couldn't move his legs. So, of course, I was freaking out again, screaming, and nobody's lights were on. That's what I couldn't understand. How did nobody hear that? How did nobody hear me screaming? And I screamed again, you know, please, somebody help us.
It's the only thing that makes me angry. Like the fact that my wife had to see me get hit, go over that van, and the image of her running after the van. Yeah, I was paralyzed from my hips down, and I was in bed at the hospital for just under 8 weeks.
They haven't caught the guys, is that correct?
Nah, they were able to get the paint chips out of my clothes because I was hit that hard by the minivan. And they were able to determine the year, the model, the color. And then they did radiuses around my house and the school, and they exhausted all their leads. So right now it's basically a cold case, so.
Don't you think when the van goes home, it's kids, that parents see the vehicle, and all of a sudden it's got to be fixed, but yet on the news the very next day, a teacher gets hit by a vehicle, hit and run. I believe someone knows more than just the 2 kids that were in that vehicle. I believe there's other people that know this, and no one's saying anything.
Like with your back being fused and stuff like that, you're never gonna get to be the person I was before. Just going down and upstairs itself is hard.
Now, I also hear you were a bit of a shoe fanatic.
A bit of it.
This is what I call running shoes galore.
I used to spend hours downstairs, like in my shoe room, like reorganizing them by number and making sure they're clean. And I've been down there maybe 4 or 5 times since the accident. I'm nowhere near where I want to be.
You know, I think we forget that life is short, very fragile, and it can change at any given moment.
The worst part is Trina loves to have dinner in the summertime out in the backyard, and I can't get out through our small living room to the backyard because the step's too far down.
The room that leads to the backyard right next to the dining room actually has 2 steps going down it. That room and the backyard were just off limits to him until he was able to take steps. Now he can go down those steps by holding onto the railings, but when he gets to the back door, he actually can't go outside. He hasn't been in the backyard since he's been home because it's too big of a drop. Once he got out there, I don't think it would be very safe for him. There's holes, the patio stones are all really tilted and separating, and then even the grass, you can see where it started to sink. It's just really uneven for him, and it would just be a tripping hazard for him.
I can see clearly why Mike would have a hard time getting out the door, using the stairs. There's no rails on either side. So here's some of the things that I'm going to tell you. So you're going to promise me not to tell him, right?
Okay.
I won't tell you everything.
All right, okay.
Okay, I want to change the door.
Okay.
So I want to put in a big 42-inch door with a side light on one side. So what that allows him is to open up the door and have a lot more room to come in and out, just in case in the future to say he's got to be back in a wheelchair. We need to think of everything. I'm hoping he walks and everything's fine, but what about the future? Right? So let's just cover both sides of the fence. I'm going to put up a very nice deck here. Then this deck is something state-of-the-art and something totally new.
Okay.
It's going to be rather big. It's going to be a really great design. It's going to have some special features, but the wonderful thing about it is that we're going to take it up from the front of your house, right all the way through to your neighbors, and right through the backyard to make sure that he can literally walk right to the backyard without taking one step other than shuffling his feet.
Amazing.
I definitely think this will speed up my rehabilitation, just being outside, functioning normally. That's the kind of thing that helps you get better. The more you do, the better you get. So if I practice walking from a deck to a grass or gravel to a grass, whatever the case may be, that's going to help speed up my recovery because I'm going to be able to apply that when I get outside of the house.
I need your oath. You're going to say, Mikey, I am not going to look out the backyard until you're done.
I promise.
And you got to make
Backyard.
sure Mike doesn't look out the backyard until we're done.
Mike won't. He has told me from the beginning. He said, no, I have no problem looking out the backyard. It's you, Trina, I don't trust.
Okay.
Perfect. Deal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that what I think it is?
Yeah, that's the shoe I wore, and that's the cake Trina had made for me.
So
it was great.
I know it's a cake.
We ate the cake.
You would think
You know
it was
what? The
great.
shoe's in our freezer, actually.
Yeah. The shoe's in the freezer.
Yeah.
But the cake.
The cake.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The actual shoe or the cake?
We're gonna go in, charge all our batteries, so get your batteries ready.
Idea. Let's not work in the rain.
And you know what? When's it ever stopped you? In New Orleans, this was nothing.
I'm like sugar, I melt in the rain.
Mike and Trina, really nice couple. This is the story of the teacher. Remember that we heard that we're going to make it easy for him to get around his house, right from the front, all the way through the side to the very back. So easy story. The problem we have today is a rainy day.
It's lovely.
You're not made of sugar.
I just said it to Carl. I'm absolutely made of sugar. I'm melting this.
You're made of sugar.
And this outfit is so unflattering.
It's unflattering. Johnny.
Morning.
Are you ready?
Absolutely.
So we have our 2 bins. One's going to be for earth, one's going to be for debris. Let's get the table chairs in the garage. John's the only one not wearing rain gear. But he doesn't mind. He's a landscaper. He doesn't mind getting wet. All right, so let's just get ready. Let's take that down. Let's get it to the bin.
Now, do you want me to try to save it, put it back, or are we putting it
No,
in your
we're
fence?
putting it right in the garbage.
Okay, perfect.
There's nothing to salvage there. It's already rotted.
Got it.
Push up on
My
it.
ears are itchy.
Push up on it.
Push up on it while I do it?
There. Push up on it. Put your glasses on, push up on it. Take the bounce out.
It tickles my ears. Oh, yeah. Thank
See
you,
that?
Mike. That's the way. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, here's a fast way of doing it. Let's pull all our center bolts out, leaving the end bolts. So take that beam out, take that angle bracket out, take the downspout down, and then we'll pull the other bolts at the end, ladder on each side, and push.
Watch out!
Whoever built this actually did it right. Here's your channels that we put in place, and what that does is it really shows you, once the screws go in, it holds it very rigid and keeps the wind from grabbing it and actually breaking it. So it's a pain in the butt to do, but somebody did it right. If you're using this, you need this. It's been a messy day, but it's been a good day. We've got the deck down, we've got bringing up the patio stones now. The guys got dirty, they had some fun, and we didn't stop. You know, we didn't waste a day. We keep going. Hopefully tomorrow's a little bit more sunnier. That might be good. I don't mind getting wet, personally. Dirty, I do.
This is my shoe room.
That's a lot of shoes.
It is.
When did you start collecting shoes?
Back in high school, I started my obsession for shoes. These were the shoes I was wearing during the accident. I actually was knocked out of them, and my ring.
That means you were definitely hit hard.
Yeah, those shoes, and I was so worried about them. I'm like, don't let them cut the shoes off me. Well, actually, the shoes had my first dance with Trina, are these ones right here. She let me wear my basketball shoes, my favorite pair of shoes ever. After I said we do, she let me wear them for the wedding, which was really nice.
I like the way you said that. She let me wear them.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid.
Ah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, now I've got some good news and some bad news, and the good news is really simple, that I'm going to make your world a lot easier. And I'm not going to tell you everything, but I'm going to turn your backyard into an oasis where you and your wife can go back outside and have dinner and enjoy it and maybe do other things. So, but I'm not going to tell you. Do you have any faith in me that I could make it right?
All the faith in the world. Like, it means a lot that you're even taking the time to think about doing this for us, and I've seen what you've done before, and I have all the faith in the world.
Okay,
Definitely.
Now I have the bad news.
All right.
The bad news is we have asbestos tile that is into the furnace room underneath all your carpets, and here's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to pull your carpets, bring in a team. We're going to pull the asbestos tile out from your complete basement and give you new carpet. So I need to ask, because I'm going to be pulling everything out, do I have your permission to even touch your shoes?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes?
I trust you.
So we'll bring them in boxes and we'll put them all away, and maybe I'll do something funky.
Sounds awesome.
Okay, that's the least I could do. John needs to grade the front and backyard away from the home to keep the water from penetrating that foundation.
Here, guys, you want to tie that on for me there? So to make the proper slope, we got to start off knowing where everything is level. Once we know that, we can slope it off to wherever we want and get our grades in perfect condition. The laser transit system, we have the head over there that's self-leveling. So that laser beam's coming completely level at any point in this yard. And then from that, we can take that level and transfer it anywhere across, or we can move this up and down, and that'll transfer slope this way. The nice thing about this system is it's foolproof and it's fast.
Now that John's got his grid in place, what his job to do by the end of the day today is to make sure he grades everything on a minimum 2-degree slope so we have water runoff on the property. So here's how it's going to look. As the deck comes out from the corner covering the air conditioning, the barbecue will be right there. It's a perfect spot from the back door. As well as that deck is going to come across the house just under the doorway, come out, and then go straight across to the fence line. The hot tub will be approximately right there with a beautiful little privacy wall around it. Table and chairs, barbecue, hot tub, a walkable area, just for Mike, a walkable area all the way around the back, coming down to this area right here, where he can walk and have dinner with his wife in the corner in a lovely little 2-person setting. It's going to look really good.
We're ready for you! Right in the mouth.
It's hard to imagine exactly what he's gonna do, but the thing that I keep seeing in my head is just stepping out onto a deck, not worrying about a step. And it seems like a small thing, but it means the world to me that I'll be able to take a step outside of my house without worrying about where my feet are gonna fall or if I'm gonna trip. I just transition, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna be able to transition into the backyard, and it'll allow me to be outside, and that means a lot.
Guys, don't take it personal, but these shoes are a collector item, okay? So we have to like pack them away. It's not like your house, Derek, where you just take your shoes, throw them to the dog or the cat, okay? So we need someone like Nicole that appreciates shoes. But no, honestly, these are all collectors. We need to really take care of them, okay? So let's just box them really nice and like, let's get them out of here.
Okay.
How many pairs?
I think it's 80.
80 pairs?
80 pairs.
Nice.
He's got more shoes than Nicole.
I know. Sherry's probably got more than him, though.
Oh, Sherry's got more shoes than a shoe company.
We're gonna take these to the bank and lock them up.
Yeah.
Ready?
In this case here, this deck is a floating deck. The deck pan itself is a combination, a joist and a floor system at the same time. When it nests together, it kind of forms like a honeycomb pattern that together it acts like one big board. That's what gives us its strength. The stone we chose for this project is 1.5 inch granite. It's flamed, so the surface is spalled off to provide a non-slip surface. This is ideal for this type of application, given that the homeowner has a hard time moving around right now. We don't want him slipping on the surface of the stone or the surface of the deck itself. So what happens now, if we just relay the stones onto the steel, we lock it together with sand, but what happens is sand would bleed through the drain holes. So now we drop down a heavy builder felt. So now we start laying the field stone in dry, and the pattern we're using is called a pinwheel pattern. What's nice with the deck system is that because all of the structure is carried by the steel, you literally can put the stone down in any pattern you like, so it's purely an aesthetic thing.
Now, had anyone have ever said to me, we're gonna do a steel deck, I would have said, absolutely not. That's a commercial application and not residential. But when you look at this, and I look at the lifespan, the strength of it, this far exceeds minimum code for any deck that we've ever built. You designed this, you engineered this?
Both John and myself.
Yeah, so you came from, I love this story.
We come out of the automotive and the steel industry, so we took the same approach that we did in automotive.
So you're way above code, so
Yeah,
and
yeah,
anywhere you go, they're gonna say, oh, it's good, because
Right.
you've engineered it, you got the stamp on it. That
That's
means
right.
it's strong enough, it's good enough, and it lasts.
Forever.
How long?
Forever.
Forever.
Forever is a really long time.
You know what? It's the deck itself, by itself, is 60 years, is what we've engineered it to. But now we add anodes to the system, and the anodes are replaceable every 5 to 10 years.
What's the anodes?
Anodes, it's a zinc puck, what they use on ships on the ocean. So you change these out maybe 5 every 10 years, and you literally have an indefinite lifespan.
How do you change them out?
They're simple. We located 5 on the deck. They're all accessible near the corners, near the stairs, around the hot tub. Each puck covers about 100 square feet of protection for the surface of the deck itself. When water hits the deck, if the zinc wasn't there, it would go grab iron. It would go grab the steel.
Oxygen in the moisture will
That's
be
right.
attracted to the zinc over the steel.
That's right.
Exactly right.
That is brilliant.
Whenever there's water,
There's a science to this. It's not just a steel deck.
that's right.
That's it.
That's it.
Otherwise,
That'll
not
cover, this zinc anode will cover this whole area here from rusting. You come back every 5 years. If you see it pitted,
Do we do this on cars?
We do. If you buy...
I had no idea. I care more about the stereo. Really. I had no idea,
do the same
really.
thing first.
Can you guys come outside and give us a hand moving this hot tub? It only weighs 1 million pounds. Well, this sure beats carrying it.
sure.
Well, this is a big hot tub. It weighs about 700 pounds. Mine's 1,000 pounds, and I'll never forget picking it up. There were 6 or 8 of us. And I swore I picked it up myself. I kept saying to people, are you faking this? You better be carrying this. That's a nice hot tub. Yes. I hate moving things twice, especially a 700-pound hot tub. So let's do a game plan here. Lunch first? I might have to eat something. I'm hungry.
Here's a good measure. Are you good with the tape?
Yeah. All we gotta do, absolutely. All we gotta do is determine which way we're gonna put this. The last thing I wanna do is pick up a 700-pound hot tub, put it in place, and we gotta move it again. So we think ahead, go, where should the stairs be? How's he gonna get in? How's it going to look sitting here? Where's the service side? Do we put the service side to the deck, which means it's gonna be at least 6 inches away? This is our conduit that runs through the pad, down underground, and all the way into the house where Frank has run his electrical. We have our destination, which is right here. So when we put the hot tub in place, our conduit's here.
Okay, this is underground cable that's being passed through the conduit.
Here she comes. Okay, that's good.
You want to let your angle
Don't
down,
lift
guys?
it up. We're gonna tilt it down.
We're gonna tilt it
hold
down.
it. Just like that? You're okay with that? All right. Okay, I don't want to put a lot of weight on the edge of the deck, okay?
Okay. Okay, now stop there. Can we stop here?
Yeah.
Do the wire?
Wire.
Okay. Good. Okay, slide it towards you guys. Whoa, okay.
Nice and slow.
It's gotta go that way, boys.
Well, I think we got to get Frank to hook it up because my back's sore now, and I think I'm going to sit in that seat.
Definitely. Your neck, your shoulders.
Yeah, because I have a sore neck. I'm jumping in.
Perfect.
Well, welcome
nice to
home.
meet you.
Yeah, it
Thank
was nice
you.
meeting you finally. How's school going?
I love my class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got a permanent job.
Oh,
on
did you?
Friday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, it's huge. Mike keeps saying he feels like he's waiting for the other shoe to drop, and I said, but
won't.
Mike, the other shoe dropped.
It already dropped
yeah,
first.
It
went
dropped
in
first.
reverse this time, right?
Exactly.
Well, it's going to be really nice in the end. I'm really happy to do this for you.
Thank you.
No worries at all. Did you meet everybody already?
I think I've pretty well met everybody.
Yeah?
I think
She
so.
knows me.
Yes.
Oh,
she
I'm
knows
sorry
her.
about her.
I don't see her very often.
This
so
is
it's
why
okay.
we keep her in the basement.
Thank you.
This is looking good. It's been a lot of work just for a deck, isn't it? Well, it's not just the deck. This is what happens when you plan things out. Today, we have the carpet coming out. We've got our asbestos removal guys for the tile. The gas guys will be working there. I have John and his guys in the back. Clockwork. Love it. Absolutely love it.
That's a lot of carpet. Go! She's getting eaten up by the carpet.
Flatten it out.
The whole basement has asbestos tile throughout it. We're gonna remove the tile. It'll probably take us 4 to 5 hours to do it. And once the tile is removed from the floor, we will bag it, put it in the asbestos bin. It'll go to landfill, the hole will be pre-dug, it'll get buried, and that's the end of the process.
Whoa, that's a big difference. That's where the shoe rack used to be, right?
That's right. So basically what I've heard was this is gonna be her room. This is the woman's cave.
This is the woman's cave. I love it, man. Okay, so what do you want to do in the next room?
Well,
Show
this
me.
is gonna be the man's cave, so
this is, he wants a pool table here?
a pool table, a couple chairs over here. So if it's good with you,
Yeah.
we were thinking about changing around the plan and actually making this the focal point so that when the guys are in here, they can see his shoes because he's got so many cool shoes,
He's
right?
got such a cool shoe collection,
Yeah.
man. Absolutely.
So we could stick probably more than 80 on this wall.
You know what, buddy? I love that idea. I love you guys sticking it in here, but you know what I love even better is you guys building it.
You give him a quick task. Let's make a shoe rack. No, it's not just a shoe rack. And I think I'm gonna get rotating wheels so we can put the shoes on, so we can highlight his shoes in the corner. Imagine that. You put your shoes on, it hit a button, and it just spins. Now, I think Mike's gonna be sitting downstairs looking at it going, I love this. He's gonna like the deck, but I think he's gonna love his shoe rack way better. guys. Are you kidding? You know, they come in a house like this and understand the story with Mike and what's happened to him and his wife and how it's affected the family. I mean, it started with a deck in the back. You know, we're doing the whole thing in the back, doing a hot tub. I'm trying to be quiet. He's upstairs. You know, the walkway, steel gates, right up to the front. Asbestos tile. Let's pull the asbestos tile. Oh, look, let's fix the walls. Install all new windows. Oh, let's put in a new panel. You know, these guys, they're all like, just let's do it. Let's do it. These are guys that care about what they're doing. When they really like the homeowner, they want to step up to the plate and do extra, and that's exactly what they're doing. I'm not going to get upset. It costs a little more money to do this. How am I going to leave this? You know, I can't. So let's perfect it. I'm not taking it all down and building a new basement, but we are going to clean it up and give it that little bit of TLC with a turning shoe stand. Wow. Nice and high. Oh, that's not high. He slid into first. We dropped off a load of mulch, and every once in a while, I love to see my guys have some fun. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was pretty good. There was a roofer here that came in to help Mike and his wife because he got hit by the van and really damaged. And they didn't charge, but what they didn't do was this back porch.
Yeah, it's really low slope. It's good that it has slope, but it's a slope that's, you know, you can't really shingle.
If you don't mind, can we fix that?
Yeah, that'll have to be done. So I'm just pulling up the edge of the shingles here on the roof. And really why we're doing this is it's got a very low slope, not suitable for asphalt shingles. Because this is not a shed, it's an actual living space under this roof, we want to ensure that we have the right roofing product for it. Either a flat roofing type of system, ribbed metal, for instance.
Oh, looks like you got a nest of some kind here, definitely.
How's the insulation?
It doesn't look too good, but I have some other type of insulation that I hope is not the dangerous kind.
Oh, man, there's vermiculite.
Oh, God.
Vermiculite was an old form of insulation, and really, by itself, it's not bad, but if you disturb it, it has the potential, 90% chance of containing asbestos. Now, that's bad. Here's the vermiculite here. Now, really, about 90% of it is actually asbestos. It's only about 10% in the country that is not asbestos. However, we're not going to play with it. We're not going to touch it. The vermiculite was already removed. There's only small traces of it. I'm not going to call on a team to pull it out. We're just going to add new insulation, close it off. It's not a big deal. However, in the future, if they plan to do renovations, we're going to have to let them know that we found it, and there may be pockets of it on the inside of the house. But we definitely need more insulation, and whoever's been living in here has been, like, right through it. So you're probably right. It's probably a squirrel. Look at the screws on this. This is not even into their pieces. They just scabbed the ends and put up a, you know, this is the roofer again. You gotta love these guys, because obviously it was rotten, so the same guys that did the sheathing, same guys that did the wrong procedure of shingles, they scab it on with 2x6 and then put on a front fascia and barely even tie into it. So, you know, it's just pure stupidity. You believe this? Small roof, big problems.
We run into them a lot.
That doesn't surprise me in the least, but are we going to run into more surprises? Here's the question. Can of worms, you want to open it?
Do we have a choice?
Just in case. Do we have a tarp?
Yeah, we can get it covered if we have.
Okay, let's pull it up now and see the rest of this crap. Doesn't matter, seriously.
Yeah.
How many houses do we go to, and each and every time we touch something, every time?
I know, what did I say? This is the smallest roof probably we've ever had Steve do. We have vermiculite, we have squirrels, we have...
no insulation.
No insulation, crappy install of the rafters.
Crappy installation of the shingles, which shouldn't be on a 112 pitch roof.
There's 5 out of 5. It is gonna look like
hear
lattice.
that plane? I so want to get on that plane. I so want to go south right now.
No kidding, because you see this happening. You see them keep tearing into the house, that's why.
We are on a schedule here.
I know.
Are you gonna pull off that fascia?
But he needs 3 feet.
Yeah, we are.
Why?
Pull it up. Because it really does look like crap. Steve said to pull it off.
Oh, but
You gotta love Steve. All right.
So 3 feet.
Stop opening things, because you give me, I'm getting, not feeling well.
Damon, what is this? that's my face.
That was supposed to be his face.
They're making fun of my nose again.
It's hard being stuck in the house. It's very difficult being limited to where you can go. And even when you go somewhere, you have to think about it. The idea of walking out into my backyard without thinking about it makes me smile. I mean, that would mean the world to me.
So let's put this in, guys. Let's go. Carpet is actually standing there waiting for us. You see that guy right there?
He's waiting. And it looks like he's been sweating. He's sweating watching us. It's gonna be a busy day. We're trying to finish up most of the cabinets here because we have the carpet guys in. All the tackless is down. We have the underlay in the other room already. We're just trying to get this done, so obviously we can get a shop back in and vacuum the floor before the underlay goes down here. Carpet gets laid down, covered up, paint, basement's done. Bam, bam, bam.
So we're just going to do a dry fit with this electric fireplace. So this unit is providing about 1,500 watts of electric heat, which works out to the same as a small micro furnace. But here we're going to have a nice flame effect. So you can choose a heat application or you can just have a flame working. All right, so now we've got the insert finished up and we've synced in a remote control system. So this unit has flame actions, heat sensor on it, and all it is a single push of a button and we have our fireplace.
I brought in the light from a company that I frickin' love. Free light. Free light. What's that mean? Free light. Think about it. This is a solar light. The guy's a genius. I've met him, and he is an electronics engineer. He has designed probably one of the best I've ever seen solar lights. Nice and simple. Don't need to hook up any electrical.
That doesn't make any sense. I go on one coffee break and my job's done for me. Look at this. You got a permit for that?
You know what, Frank? You don't need a permit.
Yeah, but it's an electrical job.
There's no wires.
I don't care, it's electrical, don't touch it. Don't touch my work.
I don't need a permit. But if you want, you can install it.
Oh, you want me to screw the screws in?
4 Type-Cons, yeah.
Well, think about it.
We should be using these more. We should be telling everyone, use these.
Oh, you see the basement?
Well, I'm hearing
good.
the locker room. I think he's going to fall over. I heard we went and did some therapy yesterday, and all he kept saying was, I wish I could get in a bathtub. I just wish I could get in a bath.
You're kidding.
I don't think he realizes he's going to have a hot bath.
No kidding. I'm not getting in there with him, no way.
No.
You okay?
Yep.
Too fast?
Whoa. When I was sitting on the stability ball with the volleyball, sitting down, my lower back tightens up and it causes pain to come through my hips and my lower back. With the stability ball, it causes me to rotate, which is even more difficult. And now I'm using my feet, my hips, my core to maintain my balance, something that was really simple beforehand. As long as I can feel the pain, that means I can feel my lower extremities, and it's pain from exercising, and I'll take that any day of the week because I know there's people with far worse injuries that can't do what I do. It's less painful to lay in bed, but I'm not going to get better laying in bed or sitting on the couch watching TV. I got to get up and do it.
What we're doing is we're running a holiday plug for them. We're going to be placing it nice and high so they can plug in their holiday plugs. As you can see, we're going to get perfect height up here so they can end up running all their lighting. It's going to be controlled on a timer downstairs by the panel, so it's easy access. You program it once, you get it to turn on at a certain hour, turn off at a certain hour. You can override switch. They're absolutely going to love this.
Here's the price for this project. The deck, including the granite stone, is $15,000. The ramp and rails is $5,500. The landscaping, including permacon stone, $35,000. Windows and doors, $11,000. The metal gates, $5,500. Hot tub with the concrete pad, $9,000. Roofing and gutters, $2,500. I can keep going, and there's a huge list here. That totals $111,100, and that doesn't even include us. That's a lot of money for this job, but it sure looks good. But it's the last minute things that no one sees. What do we do, right? It's not just a, oh, bam, to the reveal. There's a lot of work happening to make this to the end, the happy part, the part that I like. Let's give it back. It's not my house anymore. Are we ready? That's gonna look really good. Lockers. I really like that idea. He's gonna fall over.
Whose idea was that anyway?
I believe it was Carlito's.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Where was it yours?
I can't recall. Maybe you should ask him.
Actually, it was yours.
Was
You
it?
reminded him, he told me, that he's a gym teacher.
Oh.
So it was your idea.
I don't...
You know you're getting good at this.
Am I?
Yes,
Okay.
actually. You gonna be taking the business over one day?
One day.
Are you ready?
We're ready.
Come on out. After you.
Thank you.
Trina. Mike, I'll hold the door. We're in no hurry. You don't have to run. You can run next month.
Sure, sounds like fun.
Let's start here.
All right.
You remember you had a step over there to your neighbor.
A step to get to the backyard, and there was a step to get into the door, and that, for me, is the first thing that I notice is that I don't have to step up anymore or step down when I leave the house.
And I guess you can see the gates already, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's the first time we've seen it, actually.
It's gorgeous.
That's beautiful.
Now, I have to tell you, I brought Frank in, and he did a lot of electrical work, which I'll explain more downstairs, but if you can tell, we've upgraded from 100 amps to 200 amps. You now have a receptacle up top because we hear you love Christmas and all the lights.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's on a timer, which I'll show you downstairs later, too. You're really gonna like it. From 7 to 11, it'll turn off.
This is so accessible for me right now, just up to this point. Like from the driveway all the way up, there's no more steps. There's something that when I go somewhere, I ask how many steps are there. I had to worry about that at my own house. Now I don't have to.
You wanna see the backyard?
Definitely.
So bad.
After you.
Nice
This
and
is
smooth.
awesome. Railings and a ramp. This is unbelievable.
Just so you know, you can see there's steps there, yes?
Yep.
So what we did was made sure that we give you a ramp for use now, but we think ahead that we can pull that ramp out so when you're back and running and dancing with Trina, you can actually use the stairs.
Yeah,
so
this
instead
is
of just
amazing.
having a ramp here, we want to make sure that there's a future to this. Well, come on up. I want you to see
I was gonna
this.
say, you can do it without your ski poles, probably.
Oh.
So let's stand here for a second to just take a quick look.
This is unbelievable. I don't even know where
See
to
what that
start.
is?
That just made my heart jump.
This is so state-of-the-art, it's ridiculous. I kind of want one now.
You can come over and use it anytime.
But the two of you get to jump out here anytime you want.
Oh, and we will.
We will.
Now, I tried to make this simple. Bum height. Sit down, legs up and over. You even have a handle that can swing in. What I love about this little thing is I flick this switch, and at nighttime you get an LED
That's
light.
awesome.
That is amazing. Everything so far has been for me to get around. This is gonna help me get better.
Okay, now I had a vision. We were going to put up, a nice piece of lattice and give you a little bit of privacy. And then I said, no, it's not going to work based on how this layout works for me. So I said, you know what? There's hot tub, covers. 4 stands, beautiful cover, curtains all the way around it. We tried really hard to get one. Holmes makes it right. They give you a $1,000 card, so you can either go get a new table and chairs or the cover for the hot tub with the nice privacy curtains. I'd go for the cover on the hot tub, personally.
Thank you so much.
When we talked about it, we talked deck and grass. And this is just so much more than we ever imagined.
You have no idea how much easier this is.
Not only did we pull up all your asbestos tile that was everywhere.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh my
looking. Come on
gosh.
in. This is a minor surprise.
Oh my
New
goodness.
carpet, new trim, new paint. It's amazing what you can do with a little bit of lipstick and mascara.
That is
we have a
gorgeous.
fireplace on this side, electric, an electric fireplace on the other side for that comfy, cozy room on either side that you
This is
want.
amazing.
Not bad, eh?
We hated the way it looked with the color that was before. That looks like you guys tore it down and built it new.
Mm-hmm.
I had one of my friends supply a solar light. It's called Free Light. See it on top of your...
Oh, yeah.
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 Ever since my house was egged, I've noticed how dark my property is. But with that light, I feel a lot better.
I have one more thing to show you. Remember your shoes?
Yeah. Do I remember my shoes? I've missed them so much.
No?
Oh my gosh.
George Chuvalo.
Oh my goodness, nice to meet you. How's it going? How's it going? Nice to see you.
Oh, wow.
How are you? Nice to see you, kid.
Nice to see you.
Georgie.
Nice to see some former neighbors. I used to live in the neighborhood about 200 yards away.
There's so much to take in.
It's a museum.
My museum plus the man who actually beat Ali. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's such
We had a couple of tough fights.
He's such a good
tough fights.
Yeah, a couple.
The front yard is more than enough, because that makes my life easier. And we go at the back and there's a hot tub, a new barbecue, a new landscape, and I come down here and I've got a shoe museum of my own, and it's hard to process. It's unbelievable. Like, everything looks so good, from like the windows, the walkways. It's unbelievable. The amount of work, hours people put in, and the generosity of the different people that contributed to all this is mind-blowing. This is what I miss the most. I miss my shoes so much. This is more than, this blows my mind.
They look so much better.
It's crazy.
George.
Yes, sir.
We got a couple of pair of shoes here. They're the boxing shoes. And one's for you, one's for me, and we're gonna sign it. We're gonna put it on this rotating dish here.
How long you had this collection?
This has been an addiction since high school.
No kidding,
Yeah.
wow.
So now you have a complete collection.
Definitely, now it's definitely complete. You know, you've done a lot. Excuse me for 1 second.
We've just been overwhelmed with generosity, and we can't believe how much has been done for us.
Hey, Mike.
No way.
We got your pair of shoes.
What's your name?
Shane.
Shane.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is from all of us.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Hopefully
You gotta
your
be kidding
collection
me.
will grow now, too.
Well, this is gonna be the first, because all I have is Holmes workwear boots. That's too awesome.
We went into
Look at this.
I don't even have those.
They're mine, right? They're not yours.
No, they're yours.
They're yours.
This shouldn't have happened. Two young, foolish kids in a van being really stupid, playing chicken at the end of it. These are the guys that are gonna have to live with this for the rest of their life. Unfortunately, Mike, he's gonna have to live with it too. But he's gonna live with it a little bit easier based on what we do. Is this your whole family?
Basically, yeah.
This is why I keep doing what I do. Every once in a while, I don't want to do it anymore. But for this family, I'm not stopping.
2 and 1. There it is.
Everyone say, make it right.
Make it right.
I'm so happy that I was part of this job. I think out of every job we've done, these people deserve it the most.
Now you guys all have to leave because I'm going in the hot tub naked.
And they stay pristine in the boxes.
That's like my watches. You know how many watches I have?
No, how many watches?
And I still wear this one almost, well, then again, I wear this one for work. That's a big watch.
Carl got me that, man. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not about size, man.
Size does matter. Come on. It does. How big's your watch?
We're gonna do this? Look how small mine is.
My boat's bigger.
Size matters.
I got issues.